everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a recap from our trip to Istanbul, which was 2 weeks ago. We stayed in the city for 15 days straight, and I wanted really to share with you our experiences there, the places, the best spots, the best restaurants with you. One of the reasons I wanted to record the video is just to have visual memory of our trip. If you are a fan of the city and if you love the city or you want to visit the city for the first time, I hope this video will help you out and the information will be really useful for you. So let's begin. We went there on the 30th of June and we stayed till the 15th of July. It was our third time in the city. Last two times we went, it was March and April, so it was springish type of weather. Now we went in the middle of the summer and I can say that it was a different experience for sure. If you know, like Turkey now it's called, it can get really hot in the summer. So if you're not a fan of the hot warm weather, then maybe you skip traveling during the summer and go in the spring. First day basically it was Friday, so we arrived in the afternoon from both airports. You can take the Hava bus, which is the airport bus. It's near the entrances. We got on the bus and it took us around 1 hour to get to Taksim Square. We got to the Airbnb. We were really hungry. So we left the stuff and we went and we ate some stuffed mussels, which is one of my favorite street food in the city, and it's near our Airbnb. We had some fresh juice and the mussels and also got fresh watermelon, which was our main dessert during the 2 weeks stay. We were really tired from the trip, so we decided to go straight to bed and get some sleep so we can get some energy for the day after. You don't know, I will let you know. I'm an early bird and my husband is not whatsoever. He's like, he wants to sleep in, and I understand that. It was his vacation, so most of the time he was sleeping in and I was getting up like 7:30, 8 o'clock and I was out and about. The morning after, I got up and went straight to my last year's favorite cafe, which is Vienna Cafe, and I ordered my go-to breakfast, which is San Sebastian cheesecake with milk chocolate on top with some Turkish tea. No sugar in the tea. And that was basically my go-to breakfast. After the breakfast, I had a stroll around the neighborhood and I was recording a lot of snippets, so I was posting the stories right away. My husband usually wakes up around 12, 1 o'clock. So we head to our brunch spot, which was a recommendation for one local girl, and she suggested to go to Simone, which is a rooftop bar nearby with a 360 degrees view to the city with a terrace. So we went there. The food was really nice, the service as well were really present, the view as well. So we chose to go to the Istanbul Cinema Museum. Inside the museum there was also an exhibition of Steve McCurry, so we got to see that as well, which was really cool. Afterwards we went to have a little snack, which was in Hafez Mustafa. In the evening, that was on Saturday, I reserved the table in one really awesome place. I will share here some of the footage and also the name of the place. This one, they play Karadeniz, which is Black Sea live music. The place is full with local people or people from this region, and they are having a lot of fun. Really impressive to experience the culture, their culture, and be part of it in a way. So it was really fun experience. Definitely recommend if you go to Istanbul. Next day, Sunday, I knew I want to go to the Faraköy antique vintage market place, so that was on the list. Also, we met with one friend. She lives there, so she's Turkish, so we had brunch with her near the bazaar, near this market Farakioi Mark, there is a brunch spot which is called Batart. So we had some brunch there. It was delicious for sure, but in my opinion a bit overpriced, but I suppose that's normal for this kind of modern niche restaurants. Afterwards, from there, it was around 15-20 minutes walk to one really nice place called, excuse my pronunciation, Humaliva Cicolata. So they have many branches in Istanbul, but we went to this one, which was the closest to the market. And I ordered basically the top product in their menu, which is the flower pot, and the presentation was really adorable. It was like a flower pot. Inside there was brownie, white chocolate, a lot of strawberries and bananas, and it was like a mixture. And on top you have the cacao powder, which made it like a flower pot. You have these little details like flower on top, and they give you also a shovel to eat with, so it's really adorable. I recommend this place for sure. And then we went out for dinner. We went to Karaköy. There we had fish sandwiches, which is a really famous street food. They were good, but not that wow good. So unfortunately not the best ones. After that, at the Karaköy seaside, you have also this nice, cute restaurant. We had some tea, and my husband had a gözleme, which wasn't the best. Again, it was a bit oily, in my opinion. In the evening, we head to the Golden Horn Bridge, which is Haliç Bridge. The Haliç Bridge is my top spot to watch the sunset. Next day, we went to the hammam. We decided to go to the Azure side and explore the Kuzguncuk district. We took the ferry from Karaköy to Üsküdar, and from there you take the bus for 3 stops. On the 3rd stop is Kuzguncuk. Kuzguncuk is famous for their Ottoman wooden houses and their antique, their old, the streets, the trees, everything. There are many cute shops, restaurants, cafes. It's adorable. It's a place I for sure recommend to everyone to go there and check it out. First stop was the Nail Kitabevi. And it's like a cafe, and on the 2nd floor it's a bookstore. My husband took some pictures of me. Afterwards we had a little walk in the neighborhood. We saw these famous antique Ottoman houses, wooden houses. They're really beautiful. And afterwards we had lunch at Metet Közde Döner, and it was a recommended place for sure for many locals. It was delicious. Next day, Tuesday, we head to one of my favorite places to have baklava. This is in Karaköy and it's called Gülü. It's a really famous spot for many tourists, also for local people. And I had the baklava sandwich, and in the middle I had this kaymak. Then we took the ferry again to Üsküdar again. And then we had 1.5 hour walk from Üsküdar to Kadıköy. It was really nice time. We were walking, talking. So we managed to go to Kadıköy, where we had dinner at one fish restaurant. Next day, Wednesday. So we went to the Grand Bazaar, Kapılıçarşı, specifically to look for a ring with the green stone. And we found really nice ring. And he got me, I'll show you, this ring. It's gold with some black stones, and the stone is green, and it's just beautiful and I love it. I wear it all the time and it's super special. So we went to the mosque next to the bazaar, which is the Bayezid Mosque. Something you will experience for sure in Istanbul are children reaching out and selling a lot of different stuff. And this kid, he wanted to sell us a massage tool. I have it actually here. Yeah, this is how it looks like. Yeah, afterwards from this Bayezid Mosque, we head to the Süleymaniye Mosque, which is, in my opinion, one of the most gorgeous mosques in the city. You have the big yard, and from there you have gorgeous view to the city. Straight you see the Bosphorus, the sea, beautiful view. Highly recommended day and night. Next to the mosque you have the famous Vefa buzacısı. Buza is alcohol-free beverage. Highly recommend to check it out. The next day I had again a nice breakfast with my San Sebastian cheesecake. In the afternoon we head to the Princess Islands for the first time. We took the ferry from Eminönü and it was a 1.5 hour ferry ride. We went to the biggest island, which is Büyükada. It's quiet, you don't have any cars, just some electrical vehicles. We took a cart and it drove us to the top of the island where we saw Principal old wooden building, which is the largest wooden building in Europe and second in the world. And from there we checked out one beach, but we didn't like it, so we decided to skip it and just go straight back to the ferry. And the best part of the day, and any day, is watching the sunset. This sunset did not disappoint and we loved it. And then the next day we had breakfast, brunch together, and then we head to our next destination. From Karaköy we took the ferry again to Üsküdar. We took the bus to the largest mosque in Turkey, and they have also Museum of the Islamic Civilizations, which is really exciting to have a look at it. And then we had a look at the new mosque, which was opened in 2019. I'm not a huge fan of the new architecture. They don't have this charm of the old, like the Süleymaniye or the Rüstem Pasha mosque, which are really iconic. They are just piece of art. There we head back to Galata, the bridge, and we watched the sunset. Next day, 8th of July, we had breakfast. I recommend this place. It's called Insta Cafe or something in Karaköy. Then we had time to go and check out the new Istanbul Modern Museum, which was opened recently. From 1 to 10, I would rate it 5. And it's time for dinner. This is maybe 4th time we go there. It's called Authentic. It's Anadolu cuisine and it was really delicious. It's a bit pricey, but it was delicious. And then I really wanted to go to another live experience performance in Istanbul. I found one bar near Taksim. It's called The Bite Balo. We weren't that impressed with the singing of the singer, so we stayed 25 minutes, 30 minutes top. Next day, the 9th of July, we decided to go to Kadıköy and the Moda district. It's like more of a hippie, modern, young vibe there. I loved it. We stopped by the chocolate cafe again. I ate the flower pot. And then we checked the Moda Pier in Kadıköy, which is overlooking the Marmara Sea. From there we walked to the metro in Kadıköy and we took the metro to Taksim, and from there we walked to our restaurant. I booked a table at this dinner spot. It's called 360 Degrees Restaurant. The view is worth it. The food is kind of a high-end restaurant, but in my opinion it's not that worth it. Next day I went to Karaköy and I had tea at this really nice cafe near the pier. I had tea and I watched basically for 30 minutes the ferries coming and going, and then my husband woke up and we went and had this delicious dessert. It's tres leches with Turkish ice cream called dondurma. Afterwards my husband wanted to rest a bit, but I wanted to watch the sunset, so I decided to go and watch it by myself. I went to, again, my favorite place, which is near the Golden Horn Bridge, and I watched and experience beautiful sunset. I had a friend, this dog, we met him twice. Next day we head to Arnavutköy. We love this place. Third time going there. It's lined with some really gorgeous wooden houses. Then we had this straw uphill, and again many cats, dogs. Then at sunset we took the ferry. We watched beautiful sunset. The other day I wanted to check out the Basilica Cistern, which was closed for renovation for many years, and this year they opened it, or last year, and this was my time to check it out. And there is always a big queue waiting to go inside, so I decided to go earlier before they open it, and I was basically the first one in line, and it is a piece of art. I mean, it's beautiful. One park, urban park, which is called Gülhane Park. It's 5 minutes walk from Hagia Sophia, and it's like a hidden gem. I loved it. Beautiful, so calm and peaceful. Loved it. I went to Sirkeci station. You can find the Orient Express restaurant. This is the famous railway station from where this Orient Express in the old days started. It's beautiful. I mean, the architecture, the windows, the painted windows, everything screams art, beauty and aesthetic, which I love. From Eminönü, basically, I took the ferry to Ortaköy because I wanted to go inside the Ortaköy mosque. This is me dressing to go inside, and this is me inside the mosque. Beautiful. I mean, probably my top 3 mosques. I had some fried fish, which was delicious. I recommend this place. It's in Karaköy, Balık Evi. In the evening, I wanted to check out one area which is kind of conservative, but I wanted to check out one mosque there. The mosque is called Zeyrek Mosque. We had a look of the Zeyrek Mosque from the outside. Unfortunately, it was too late to go inside, but next time I would love to have a look. It's a former church, now it's a mosque. We check out some really old wooden houses, Ottoman houses, but in general the vibe there was really conservative. It was a poor neighborhood for sure, and while we were walking, the people were staring at us. Next day, my husband was like, okay, this is what we have, like 2 days more in the city, let's go and have a whole day together. So I took them to the Gülhane Park, and then we had breakfast in the park in one of the cafes. I really wanted to have a long ferry ride, so we took the ferry from Eminönü, and I said, okay, let's go there are 2 Bosphorus bridges, and I wanted to go to the second one for the first time. So we did that, and it took us again 1 hour, and I was like, okay, it's really hot, let's get out of the ferry and wait for the other to go back. But it was, imagine, it was around 12 to 8:30 at noon. It was really hot, and we had 40 minutes to the next ferry. It was full of young local people jumping in the water, in the sea, swimming around, just having the best time. And we were really hot, so I said, I can go inside as well. And my husband was, okay, just go, put your clothes on. And that's what I did. Top highlight maybe from the trip. In the evening, that was something spontaneous. We saw a video the previous day of a local girl. She recommended one restaurant on the Asian side. We took the metro and then the Marmaray. It took us around 40 minutes. We were there around 8:30 in the evening. Perfect timing for the perfect sunset. Next day, last morning, I had my typical early breakfast. I took the ferry again just for 1 hour ride from Karaköy to the Asian part. Then again back. It was perfect morning. And I was aiming to go and find again the Rüstem Pasha Mosque, which is my top 3 mosques. If I need to rate them, it will be Rüstem Pasha Mosque, Ortaköy Mosque, and the Süleymaniyye Mosque. These are my top 3 till this moment. I love the mosaic, the tiles, They are from the region called Iznik. My favorite thing is just to go inside, sit down and just explore every detail of it. It's so beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this timeline of our 2 weeks stay in the city, and hope you find some tips and some interesting spots you can add to your list. But in general, I said it on Instagram, it's not everyone's cup of tea. You either love Istanbul or you hate it. I know many people who have gone there and they're like, I don't like it, I don't like the vibe, it's too much, and I can understand that. I saw a sign in one store saying Istanbul, they call it chaos, we call it home. So for someone that's their home and it feels like home for somebody, for someone it's a chaos and it's like a hectic city. Just maybe give it a second chance, or if you haven't been there, just go and see for yourself. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions regarding accommodation, food, transportation, spots in the city. I would love to help you out. And yeah, that was all. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next one.